There is much more going on than meets the eye. The adventure begins here.
Cool.
And that's how trades are done on CS Money. With Hellcase multi-cases, you're no longer restricted by random case opening mechanisms. Now, you are able to pick any of the cells containing skins and actually determine what you win. Use the promo code and dive right in.
Right, hello everyone, welcome to the broadcast. The name is Danny. As you can see, we're going to have a best of 3 series. It will be Envy versus Mythic. The best of 3 series will be kicking off, their very first map being dust2, the map pick of Envy. Of course, second map will be the map pick of Mythic, it will be Train. And the third one, Decider, if it's going to be required, will be Cash. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Tonight, or maybe this morning, whatever part of the world you might be. This should be quite an interesting matchup though, but I mean obviously coming into this one you're probably looking at this one and thinking, well, Envy, they should be the favorites here going against Mythic. But in all fairness, one thing that keeps on bothering me when I get to see the Envy roster play is the fact that their roster, well, doesn't have the most, say, powerful roster here in the North American region. That is for sure a fact. But one thing that also bothers me quite a bit is their map pool. Ooh. A map pool, or maybe probably it would be called a map puddle, because they have very little, well, maps they tend to play, and even those they do tend to play don't have the best of track record. Even on a map like dust2, which is, in this series, the map pick here of Envy, I think they have a win percentage of, what is it, 20-ish percent? I mean, it's definitely not a lot. Surely Mythic have got a better win percentage across a lot of the maps they tend to play, but at the same time, they tend to play against lesser opposition, so I guess that's also one factor we have to be taking a look in this one. And looks like all the things have been settled, and we should be able to continue on with the matchup here. Mythic going to be starting things off here on the terrorist side, Envy on the CT side, and we'll see Envy going to be making the purchase here. Nifty opting to go for, interestingly enough, not only the defuse kit, but as well as 2 flashes being picked up. More often than not, in nowadays Counter-Strike, you're still going to be seeing the CT player opting to go for the defuse kit, that's for sure, but a smoke grenade. Here, Nifty tends to play with the flashes. Not going to be seeing a single player here in the middle. In fact, Mythic, they have a lot of their players trying to make that push there towards the A-long area, I presume. That's where the majority of the players are stationed at. As Mythic are about to make this push happen towards long, as well as a split towards short, it seems like. Cutler is going to be seeing a lot of players coming his way. Looks like he may not be able to accomplish much, but Poyo gets 2. That's actually Envy's Poyo doing a pretty good job in short. Still a couple more players from the Mythic side here in long. I do believe it has been planned for long, so that's definitely one thing Mythic can be very proud about. But, oh, there's JDM now chiming in with a kill. Flom goes down, and only means that Anger and Haze that are left in this matchup. They obviously realized here, Envy, that the last 2 remaining players have to be in the long position, but of course they had no idea about Haze. He comes in for short. He's able to get 1, 2, and, well, the last one as well. Well done there by Mythic's Haze, as he's able to get the flank in and acquire some very crucial kills in that round. Right, so that's the very first pussy right now being picked up by Mythic. As the guys here from Envy, even though they did have a pretty good start in the sense that, well, we saw, what was it, was it Poyo? I think it was Poyo in short that was able to pick up 3 kills in total. So I mean, his positioning was actually very crucial in that round. He was able to do the most amount of impact here from the Envy players, and yet, that simply wasn't enough to win the round. Mythic were able to come out on top in that matchup. Here though, we can see that Mythic, accordingly, realizing their opponents have to be an eco or, well, a semi-eco or even a partial buy, they are going to be rocking with those SMGs, one in the hands of Adren, or Adren. And they're being very careful in their approach here, which I do really respect here from Mythic. Even though they're this sort of punk team coming into this matchup, they still want to try to keep things very much safe here, and here towards short. It's still going to be looking very solid here from Mythic, as they only end up dropping one player here, which is Anger, and it's still a very clean round. A 2-0 start here from Mythic, and at the very least, we can actually see a proper investment here from Envy. And they are going to be able to rock the rifles and whatnot. Poyo, I guess he should be able to, yeah, he's definitely going to be able to invest into rifle, that's not the issue. And JDM will be opting to go for the sniper rifle pretty early on here. Right, so Envy have been able to flash their teammate JDM here into a very good position there towards long. So he can actually, even by his lonesome, actually hold on to that position, but apparently Envy's JDM will back away. It's going to be, I think, Poyo holding on long by his lonesome, and in fact, Mythic going to be making a very fast push here down middle. There's one of the players going down. Cutler out of the equation. Nifty, though, perfect timing for him, as well as Discipline coming in, and this is pretty much it. This is the round here for Envy, as the B split didn't really work out here too well for Mythic. The idea, obviously pretty nice, but the execution didn't really work out in the end. Imagine if they're able to take down Envy's Nifty. Is boosted up on the scaffolding there. He goes down, and suddenly there's only one player there remaining on the B side. That becomes a much more doable scenario for Mythic to win if they're able to overwhelm the B side. Didn't really happen. It was a pretty good round here for Envy. But this time around, we might just be able to see JDM trying to get some kills here. He has been flashed by his own teammates as well as the opponent's flashes. Poyo to look it away. But right about now, we can see that Envy not winning the fight so far. It's been Mythic getting all the kills necessary. Cutler, at the very least, replies win onto Anger, but it's still not too bad of a round here for Mythic. A 3-on-3 scenario is still going to be favoring the terrorist side here. As, ooh, can Cutler actually win the fight here? He should be, and yes, he does. So it does look like, oh, this is not a bad parallel scenario here for Envy right now. Nifty is able to grab one kill. Not sure from where, but I would presume they got down too long. Hayes, though, definitely sees a drone there in the middle, and he does end up winning the fight. Let's see if he wants to try to win one against Nifty, but it is a very problematic scenario for Hayes. There's Cutler right around the corner, and this is a tied-up scoreline right now. The good thing here for Envy, as the Mythic guys will now have to go for what seems to be a full eco. So there's a great opportunity right now for Envy to acquire what seems to be a pretty easy round. I mean, Mythic, all they have are the Glocks. The infamous Glocks. So it shouldn't be too hard here for the Envy squad to rack up some easy kills and get themselves an easy round. Right, it appears that Mythic going to be trying to go for this push here down long. So far, they haven't been able to actually get out of long, so that's objective 1 being accomplished by them. But when it comes down to getting kills, that's where it's very, very difficult. Poyo, alongside Cutler, had a pretty good setup there in long, and it helps them not only win the round, but not even lose a single player. That's going to be a pretty big boost here for the economy of the Envy side. Oh, what's happened to Flong? I'm not really sure if he's supposed to be holding that angle, but looks like he is good to go. Guy got scared that he might have lagged out. JDM though, gotta be able to find a fast kill here. Anger though, he's gonna be replying with a couple kill of his own. Nifty in the middle. Reckon some having it. That's a bomb being dropped. This is a very odd looking round right now for Mythic. Their players are now dropping left, right, and center. There's one of the guys here from Mythic able to get a kill. But does Drone realize the positioning there of Pollen? He should. No, he apparently doesn't even expect it to be a possibility. The guy's just holding in lower tunnel. There's Cutler now getting a second kill. This obviously isn't the most cleanest of rounds for Envy. But same goes here for Mythic. Flom though, he obviously knows the positioning of the last guy. But the positioning here, Cutler, alright. It looks like it will be Flom coming out on top. It looked like, even though Cutler had the crosshair dead on the guy, I was kind of hoping for him to get the kill, but apparently it was still Flom coming out on top. So, the good thing here for Envy that at the very least they can make this investment possible on the back of them winning a couple rounds in a row, and as well as having that very clean eco round. So it means that they can pull off an investment here, sure, but it's obviously not looking that great. I mean, Poyo has to be playing here with the MP9. JDM missing a shot. He's going to give a pretty good opening here for Mythic to actually even continue on with his bombs. Push. JDM missing another shot. This is now a great opportunity for Mythic. Just continue on with their push of the bomb site. And of course, plant the bomb for short. You can just retreat back to that short position. Just hold your angles. And on the back of it, you should be able to win this round. Because I'm not really sure if Envy do really want to try to contest this drone. He will actually check the position of Poland. So at least a couple of kills working out here for Envy. But that's about it, really. Even though Envy find those quick 2 kills, Mythic are very quick to reply. What does that mean? Well, it looks like Nifty is trying to go for the save here, as he does recover the rifle there at the very end, the AK-47. But right, this seems to be another round here from Mythic. So far, it has been, I guess we could call it a bit of a close affair. Can't really say that either team has been able to come out on top, as there's Mythic now with the 4th round of the board. And Envy, I do presume, yeah, this round is probably to be the one where they have to go for what seems to be an eco. It's a good thing that Nifty alongside Cutler have been able to save their weapons, so they're going to be able to have some more extra firepower coming into this round. But in all fairness, it still can't really even stack up against the investment Mythic have gotten in a round like this. It kind of looks like, I guess there has been a mid-smoke deployed. Yeah, we can see that there has been a mid-smoke deployed here from the Envy side, and they have in fact the majority of the players here towards this B part of the map. Mythic might have a pretty nasty surprise right now. Nifty will be able to get a nice kill there with Anger. Very good job. That's what you want to be seeing in a round like this. I mean, you have 2 players with rifle. In this case is of course Nifty and Cutler. You want to be seeing those 2 individuals and trying to find entry frags if possible. Alright? For now, they do a pretty good job here, Envy. You saw that Nifty is able to find the initial kill. And even so, if Nifty tries to get that kill and he ends up dying, he still has a teammate who can actually pick up the rifle and maybe get something done with that, well, said rifle. You can see, though, the majority of the Envy players are now going to be pushing the B tunnels area. As they're pushing in through the Beanie tunnels, they're going to be surprised to see there's not a single Mythic player here. And I'm almost certain that Nifty is going to have a lot of pressure on his shoulders right now. As the Mythic guys are coming in from short. Nifty, of course, he has no idea about the possibility of 3 players coming in from short. And even though the remaining Envy players are making their way towards the A bomb site, it is going to be very questionable whether they can actually accomplish anything at this point. I mean, there is... what is it? Poyo has actually recovered the AK-47 here. So, again, it's not that bad of an idea if Envy do end up deciding to save here. But Poyo... oh, doesn't see the guy goes. Now he does. Now he surely does. As he ends up getting the kill on Poland. But I would probably recommend for Envy to try and save the weapons they have here. Even having this AK-47 kept in the next round, Cutler's M4 as well, they're going to be able to have a bit more money into this one. JDM though, you see? Well, I respect the effort. As yeah. I mean, I don't blame him. I do respect the effort. I guess he was hoping to find one of these T's. Not even anticipating that someone come in there from long, but I mean, they were just ready and waiting at that point, the Mythic guys, as they made their way into the pit. 5th round coming in here for Mythic. So far, the T side has been looking somewhat decent. I mean, it's definitely not looking too bad. Like I said, I mean, Mythic, coming into this matchup, they have actually a better track record on a map like dust2. It's just that the opponents Mythic have been facing, obviously not of the same caliber that Envy has been playing, because I do believe Mythic are playing in MDL, aren't they? They're playing in MDL, and you have a team like Envy who has played the last season of Pro League, and at the very least have been able to qualify for this season as well, even though it was kind of narrow right there at the end. Some couple of trades here, and seems to be the tunnel area. It's a good thing that Nifty's able to reply with one. Cutler, though, oh no, he's been caught out in motion, so of course the spray is going to be pretty wonky from that point onward now. Nifty is the only guy holding things down here at the B bombs. It is such a hold side to be holding right now. Nifty, 7 points of health. I mean, maybe try to hold this one down for as long as possible, but the players are raining in, and there's really nothing Nifty can do. Poyo alongside JDM. I was going to seem to try and retake this one. Position. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, he has to be checking 2 angles at the same time, making things very difficult there for Adrian. As right now, you do presume Hayes alongside Flom. They seem to have some pretty good positions in this round, and I think Flom is heading towards the tunnel, so that's going to be huge right now for Mythic. It's Boyle, first man in. He's not able to see a single guy here, and Hayes able to get the first one, and I'm not really sure if JDM can do anything here. There's the first tag with the op, and the kill for Hayes. So that's a pretty good round right now for Mythic. As simple as it was, I mean, it was super effective. Well done here by the Mythic side. As Envy seemed to be, yeah, their economy has been broke. It's in shambles, and it seems like it just has to be a partial buy. I'm not really sure how close they are on reaching maximum lose money bonus, but I would make the assumption that they are pretty close, because some of these guys are not only investing in the upgraded pistols, they also have Kevlars coming in as well. Nifty with the scout. Oh. Oh man, that's quite unlucky for Poyo. Tries to get those shots with Deagle, and there's this Hayes running, getting those kills necessary. Almost gets the one on Nifty. So obviously, if you got to be quite careful here, if you're a Mythic, but looks like care is not going to be too necessary. Right now, it's Mythic just finding all the frags necessary, and yep, it is going to be the 7th round here for the Mythic squad. Right, the way things are going right now for Envy, I mean, things are going pretty south, I'd say that. So, I don't really blame him for trying to invest into a double op setup. We can see Nifty having his sniper rifle, which I'm almost certain is going to be playing from the B side. JDM is probably going to be playing towards long yet again. Actually, no, right, JDM, I do see him, yeah, he's in fact middle. This is a pretty good position right now for JDM to be in, as mid control and in general having a guy in middle hasn't really worked out here for Envy, and same goes yet again. JDM is the first one to die here to Hayes' rifle. I'm not really sure how this one turned out here for Mythic, but if Hayes is going to be able to get kills like that, this is looking like a very good half for them. I guess that's the thing, really. In this very first half, we haven't been able to see Mythic able to find way more entry frags than the Envy squad. Envy has been struggling in that regard, and even though they do have, you know, the op here in the hands of Nifty, it looks like it's not going to be the one finding the kills necessary to win the round. There's Cutler with the first one. The A side, though, it's being attacked here by Mythic, but it's quite a slow approach here. They're taking their sweet time entering the bomb site. So right now, Envy can make the full rotation on this A bomb site. Cutler finally goes down, and Poyo trying to do the best he can here in long, but I mean, they've did their job here. Right now, they're going to be able to plant the bomb here, Mythic, but Envy, they definitely have a chance coming into this retake. I mean, Flom, only 1 point of L. There's really nothing you can do other than to try and take the fights as early as possible, because once the nade lands here, it's pretty much over here for Flom. It's going to be up to Pollen going up against Drone, and Pollen's going to win it. That's the very important clutch being won here by Mythic, as you can see that momentum here for the Mythic squad is It is absurd at this point. Like, they're able to win pretty much every single aim duel against the Envy players, and it looks like that Envy aren't even standing a chance. It's just sad to see, isn't it? Well, the sad thing right now for Envy is that they're going to be stuck in this perpetual limbo where they're not going to be able to have enough money to make a proper investment. So they're going to be making these sort of partial buys here, and a very high chance that they're going to be losing them quite a lot of the time. And then they're going to be able to make a proper investment with rifles and whatnot. But if they end up losing that one, again, it's back to the eco, then back to the rifles, back to the eco, and back to the rifles. This has been pretty much the case here right now for Envy, as they have lost quite a lot of rounds here so far. See the Flom, that's actually a pretty nifty angle. Even though the Molotov has been thrown out, I still see the player there. Oh, there you go. There's actually something working out here for Envy. Pretty early on, we can see that Poyo alongside JDM have been able to find 2 kills here right now. So this is a very good situation for Envy to be in. I'm not sure if Poyo can actually see the shadow though. No, definitely cannot. But even though he does deploy the smoke grenade, Adrena's got the angle on Poyo, and there's actually Poland finding a kill on JDM. This is suddenly an empty A bomb site, which Mythic can now use to enter the site and actually plant the bomb. It's just that, now that I've noticed, the bomb is back in T-spawn, so they're going to be taking their time to actually recover it, and then ended up planting it. Can the nade land here from Cutler? It sure as hell does, but still no kill. But some decent damage being dealt. Adren, though, he does win the fight against Cutler. I'm not really sure why Cutler even considers that to be a possibility to try and take the peak and try to take the fight. So far, Envy are losing all the fights necessary. And I think Nifty, he's got it up in his hands, but something tells me that, yeah, he's far back in T-spawn for a very good reason. The reason being he wants to try to save that sniper rifle into the next round. Because this is just looking pretty bonkers right now. I mean, Envy, this is their own mapping, so I'd love to see them acquire at least a couple more rounds here on the CT side. Right now, for them, the best bet will be 5 rounds here on the CT side. Yeah, if you heard Nifty, better run, better hide, because Mythic are definitely looking to try to hunt you down. I'm not really sure if Mythic can actually escape here, I guess. Uh-oh. He's gonna have to have this shot in order to get this kill, and, well, there we go. At least Nifty is going to be able to survive, so there's a small victory here for Envy, but that's about it, really. It looks like, yeah, I mean, it's a very horrible scenario right now for Envy because they don't really have enough money to make a proper investment. As our first half is coming to a close, I mean, they just have to try and go for this force buy here, which, I mean, it doesn't net them a lot. They still have Nifty ZWP, which is a pretty good thing. Poyo, though, could get that frag here with the MP9, maybe. But there's still these Mythic players just bouncing on here onto long, and there's finally something working out here for Envy. I mean, they did lose that 3-on-5 not too long ago, but this time around, it's a 2-on-5. Envy have to be winning this one. They just have to at this point. And like I said, I mean, for the Envy roster, the best possible scenario is going to be 5 rounds here in the first half. Is that a lot? Not really. I mean, it's still better than having 3. But with 5, maybe they can still get something done here on the terrorist side. I'm almost certain Flom doesn't really want to be giving up that sniper roll of his without a fight. Nice attempt. He is calling actually trying to get the spray hand in. Not either player not really lining up the shot. And this is going to be a gun round victory here for Envy, of which they actually, oh, that's pretty good. Envy gonna be able to keep that sniper rifle into this round, so it should be a somewhat good hold right now for the Envy guys. Oh man. 4 AWP is being purchased here from Mythic, ready and waiting to try to get some kills here, and in fact they're not gonna be able to get a single kill. I personally would have preferred to go for 5 auto snipers, but I mean 4 AWPs work as well. JDM's op sure as hell works. He's gonna be able to take down Hayes with the first kill. Now going into favor of Envy. He can simply back away and play in a pretty safe position. Right around the corner. The good thing in that position is, if JDM is able to spot a player and, say, tries to land the shot but doesn't succeed, he can very easily just jump down in CT spawn and still try to give it a shot by firing off from CT spawn. Here, though, doesn't look like Mythic going to be contesting short right now. There's actually Flom getting the kill on Cutler, and they're actually very close here towards the middle. I don't think even Nifty realizes it. We could be seeing the battle of the no-scopes, but apparently that won't be too necessary, as Anger right now is the last remaining player here for Mythic. And this should be around here for Envy to win. It seems to be a 5-10 scoreline, which obviously isn't that great here for Envy, but I mean, it's much better than having 3 rounds on the first half. So I guess we're going to have to see how good is the Envy terrorist side. Because if they end up having a somewhat splendid terrorist side, we might just be able to see them come out on top in this T side. But of course, I think a lot of this would be still quite dependent on the pistol round victory. If Envy end up winning the pistol round, the great thing about winning these rounds in nowadays Counter-Strike is that you're pretty much offered the second pistol round, well, I mean, the round right after the pistol round, pretty much a guaranteed victory, as your opponent's probably going to be going for a full-on eco, as that has been pretty much the new meta of Counter-Strike. So, I mean, a pistol round here for Envy would be quite a good victory, but don't get it, and yeah, the chance of winning this first map diminished quite significantly, I'd say. You can actually see the Envy roster investing in a decent amount of utility here. It's actually going to be Smoke Grenade and Flashbangs here for Cutler, but also Nifty opting to go for the Molotov and is that Smoke? Yeah, it is Smoke Grenade. So I'm very intrigued to see how this one's going to turn out here. Oh! It's turning out very good for Mythic right now, at least for Anger it sure is. As Anger's going to get the first kill, they're still going to try to fight these guys in lower tunnel. And it still is a refrag here. And they seem to try to make this push down middle, but they have to have Haste here. And Haste has been splendid so far. There's still the 2 remaining players here, Nifty and Poyo. Trying to do whatever they can in this position, but I mean, it's definitely not looking too good here for Envy. There's the smoke grenade being deployed in order for them to recover the bomb and get the hell out of there. But it's obviously not looking too great here for Envy. Still have the Molotov here for Nifty, so I'm very intrigued to see how he's going to plan to use it. Flom, though, he is holding the headshot angle, so that's a good thing here. He ends up dying, sure, but at the very least, he note the positioning here of the Envy players. So you can see that pull in. Gotta make sure no one's going to cross at that B bomb site. With 50 seconds remaining on the clock, there's still a decent amount of time for the Envy guys to actually be making their way on that A bomb site. Of course, they're going to have to cross middle. That sort of things do get very interesting. Hayes is going to go down, but it looks like, oh, we're actually down to the one-on-one. It's down to Poyo. Trying to win against Poland, and Poland is able to see Poyo, but Poyo's going to win it. That's such a crucial clutch to be winning, and Envious. They at least got a pistol around here on the board, and maybe their chances of winning this best of 3, well, at the very least, this map here, are still alive. But even though I did talk about earlier how winning the pistol round should pretty much guarantee you the second round victory, that's not necessarily the case in this round, as Mythic are going to be going for the investment, which isn't looking too shabby. I mean, got a couple of scouts here. SMG in the hands of Anger. Upgraded pistols as well. The good thing about the scouts, I mean, if, say, your scout players aren't able to get kills, but just, say, able to get tags in, like, say, you're able to tag up 2 or maybe 3 players with the scout, that is still very good. As then you can have the pistol players coming in, or in this case, maybe even Anger with the MP9, you can actually get the finisher of those players. In this setup right now, it's not looking too bad here for Envy, because they're going to be able to smoke off the CT cross. With that being said, they should be granted a possibility to enter the A bomb site. For now, it's looking pretty good for them. course, Nifty is going to be able to take down Anger, so this does mean that Envy in a position to plant the bomb. Cutler now coming in from the backlines. Didn't even really notice his position. This is some great stuff from Cutler as they're able to take down 2 of the players. I think Pollen and Dren might just try to back away out of here, as this is looking like a very difficult round to be winning. And even so, if they get to keep the pistols here into the next round, or that seems to be unlikely, they can still have some extra firepower, I presume. Looks like Poland is now going to be the last remaining CT player here. And it looks like Envy now will have his 7th round on the board. Of course, because the Mythic roster have decided to go for the force spy here, it does mean that this upcoming round has to be a full-on eco from the remaining players. There's really no need for Mythic to try and go for another force spy here. They just have to go for a full-on eco here and then just have a proper investment on that 19th round. But for now, yeah, it's going to be a pretty, or at least it should be a pretty easy round for Envy to win. Seems to be a bit of a stack of players here. I honestly don't blame the Mythic guys for trying to go for a bit of a stack here towards long. They're trying their best here, but it's going to be very hard to accomplish anything as the Envy roster just running them down. And there's Flom in the middle trying to win the fight against Nifty, and Nifty will be able to succeed in that firefight. Wasn't the most hardest of one in his life, as here we can now see a proper investment coming in here from Mythic. We can't see the AWP that has Vadran, but the rest of the guys are still going to have just the rifles, apparently. Not going to be seeing a second AWP come out here. I think for now they're just going to try to give it their shot with that 1 sniper rifle here. If things do end up going south, like they end up losing the next 2 or maybe 3 rounds, I guess then we could actually see a proper double op setup. But for now, I guess Mythic is just going to try to hold on to that 1 sniper rifle here for Adrian. This is actually very quick right now from Envy. Didn't even notice the amount of speed they have here entering the A site. Hayes now is able to take down Drone, and of course this is going to slow down things quite a lot here. I would presume that Envy want to try to contest this A bomb site. They're not going to be giving it up just yet. It's just that they're taking so much time right now, and we can actually even see Flom is in the short area. So this is some very awkward positioning right now for the guys here at Envy, as right about now we can see Flom coming in. This is just a horrible round for Envy, as Poyo, very low HP there on the bomb side. Cutler at least can cut off the short guy, but for very little time. Once the bomb side ends up fading, that's going to be about it. Cutler, very low HP. Oh, Cutler, he actually lands the shot. Nice try there, Cutler, but it's still going to be a round here for Flom to win. I didn't even realize that he actually landed the 1-tap with the guy on long, but still, that's simply not going to be good enough to win the round, and it's Mythic's 11th. Right, even though Mythic end up winning the previous round, we could actually see that their money game isn't looking too strong. I mean, some of their players are going to be rocking those FAMASas here. Poland just going to be rolling with that 5-7. So it's actually looking, even though they do end up winning the round, it's an investment that's looking worse than what Envy have got to offer. And Envy in that regard are looking pretty solid here. And Drone not going to be able to spot a single player here in the middle. In fact, Mythic are very careful in their mid presence here. It doesn't look like they're going to be trying to take these fights early on here. In fact, the B-side guys here are playing this one as passively as possible. But I mean, this is a bit problematic for Mythic. They don't really have the most amount of utility to play in this round. So we can see that once those smoke grenades are going to be expended, they really don't have anything to work with other than their guns. So I think Envy are reading the situation relatively well, thus playing this round a bit slower than usual. I would now presume this is where the mid push will take place. He's gonna be able to land 1 kill. Adrian not gonna be able to accomplish too much here from CT, but yet they're still winning some of the fights here. They're mowing them down, and there's really not a thing Envy can do here. Right about now, the 30-second mark is just looking horrible right now for Envy. JDM is the last man standing, but even he falls down. Mythic somehow, and to be exact, Hayes able to find 4 kills in that round. That's making it very possible for Mythic to actually now win this upcoming one as well. We can see that the money scenario here for Envy is pretty much all over the place. I mean, you can see someone like Cutler who is around the $4,000 mark. But the other guys, they only have about $2,000, $3,000 for some. So they have to try and even out the money in this scenario, in this round. But while they're just trying to do so, this is going to be a possibility for Mythic now to claim the 13th round here. Right now, it is going to be a long play here. They're able to flash out their player Nifty, but it looks like that's going to be the only guy making his way here. The other guys pretty much abandoned him in that scenario, and well, Nifty ends up dying. Drone is going to fall down as well. This round isn't looking too good right now for Envy. Oh, Hazed is actually going to be able to see Cutler. Yep, he sure does. I personally never really enjoy the fact when teams in a scenario like this where they're, say, on an eco or maybe in a partial buy, they end up trying to go for these individual aim duels. I personally just enjoy the straight up, let's gather all 5 players and just push in one of the bomb sites. It is simple, I know. It can get very easily shut down. That is also true. But there's sometimes those rounds where you can actually, even while it's running and gunning with the pistols, you can somehow win the fights, even against the armored guys. GDM very close in killing the guy, but not gonna be able to succeed. The 13th round here from Mythic, as I did mention earlier. And we can see that Envy, as the second half is coming to a close, they're gonna be able to show us one more proper investment here. If they end up losing this one, this is where, yeah, things do get very tricky for the Envy side. I'm almost certain we're gonna have to see a couple eco from their side before they make a proper investment. But for now, things are obviously not looking too great here for Envy. Flash to allow it to anger the peak. Of course, if it does wish so, you can also be taking a position towards the pit area, which is quite powerful here in long. Yeah, this round is actually looking pretty slow right now. Envy not going to be making any pushes right about now, but you can definitely see that some of the flashes haven't deployed here towards long. Anger definitely hears the footsteps. Can actually find a single here. They actually don't even look towards Anger, and Anger is going to be able to line up too. This is looking very good right now for Mythic. Oddly enough, JDM still holding the corner angle. I'm hoping to see one of the Mythic guys there, but it's really not going to be the case. You have only Lonesome Anger to that position. If they wouldn't have gone out all together, all 3 of them, maybe they would have been able to kill Anger, but right now, this is a great opportunity here for Mythic to get one more round of the board. Cutler struggling here in the mid-doors position. Maybe Mythic can still set things straight. He does see the positioning there of Flom. This is now an opening here for Envy to continue on this push on the B side. Of course, Nifty has the Molotov out, deploys it towards window. They can continue on moving forward here, Envy. Of course, Mythic should realize what's going on here, and they are going to try to make in a retake here. Anger's going to take down Cutler. So now not only the retake is going to be possible here from Mythic, they're also going to have a player coming in through the tunnels. So some of the positioning right now for Mythic is going to be quite key here. If Nifty can win some of the fights here, especially this one towards tunnels, this is still a possibility here for Envy. No, he misses the shot, and so does JDM. And of course, guys, you know what that means, folks. It means there's the 14th round here for Mythic. Anger actually going to end the round with pretty nice 4K there. And actually, Envy, because of them getting the bomb plant, they can make an investment here. I'm almost certain the Envy guys will actually consider to try to make the purchase of the rifles here, because pretty much all of them can buy. Oh, interesting. JDM is going to opt to go for the Krieg. But in all fairness, yeah, this is going to be proper investment right now for the MV side. It's obviously not looking too great, as this is an investment where, what, they have some of that utility in their back pockets, sure. But in terms of weaponry, it's not looking that great. Maybe one of the things I'd love to see from the Envy side, it kind of looks like that's going to be the thing right now, is that the Envy squad are just probably going to try to group up and hit this A bomb site. That's definitely a possibility, but they have to go up against Adren, and Poyo is going to win the fight against him. And I'm almost certain on the back of that first kill, Envy going to continue on this push on the bomb site. There's really no one to challenge him just yet, but once they're making their waves here, Anger and Long, even Flom here in the elevator position, you can actually spot out a couple of these players. There's Anger getting the first kill, and I'm not sure from where JDM finds that kill, but still a possibility here for Envy to actually try and win this round. There's still some equal trades here, and right about now, it's all to the hands of Anger to try and win this one, and he can't succeed. This is finally a round for Envy, and I think they've actually, not necessarily, no, they haven't really reset the economy here from Mythic. They still got themselves a decent amount of money to make a proper investment here. Adrian is still going to be the only opper here, but it's still not looking too bad here from Mythic. I mean, they're pretty much on the brink of winning this one. And it looks like, oh, Envy gonna be walking out of here long. This has been one of the faster long takes so far here from the Envy side. And right about now, this does mean that with them having now long presence, they can definitely keep one player here, maybe even a couple. Actually try to leave the notion here, or make the notion that Envy might just be considering taking over A side control. But for now, I mean, they still have so much time to work with. They don't necessarily have to commit to a full-on A bomb site play, because the thing is, not only do they have a couple players here in long, they also have, I'm not really sure which player it is, but there is one towards the tunnels area. So I think his main goal is just going to be to try to get a flank in, or a lurk on the B side defenders. Right now we can see that Envy slowly but surely are shifting towards this long area. Once the smoke is going to be deployed here down C, it's going to be pretty obvious that, yeah, this is going to be an A play. Mythic are pretty much ready for it. There's only Lonesome, yeah, Dren here holding off the site. Right about now, we are going to be able to see all four players to try to commit for this one, or actually, are they? We can definitely see that there's still a couple players in the tunnels area, so something tells me that Mythic might just even consider trying to go for the save. No. They found the kill there in Cutler, so it looks like they are going to try to commit to this bomb site. But, oh, okay, never mind. Looks like they're just gonna try to go for the save here. This is still, I'd say, a pretty good idea here from Mythic. The good thing is, if they end up saving the guns here, and in fact all four guns, they're gonna be able to drop their teammate Adrian here, which is still gonna be pretty good for Mythic. Even though Envy do end up reaching double digits, I would presume that the Mythic guys have got, yeah, they're gonna be able to drop the teammate Adrian there, and they're pretty much gonna have as proper investment as they did have beforehand. So it's gonna be looking pretty even. Yeah, both of the investments are gonna be looking pretty even in this round. And I actually love to see what Envy have been doing so far. They have been able to show us a bit more confidence here, the terrorist side. We've been able to see them take these aggressive long peaks. Looks like they're going to try to go towards long yet again. We're going to be seeing some early confrontation here. JDM isn't able to spot a single player right now. And, I mean, even though Cutler is able to sneak past through the defensive, there's still so many players they have to find. And not a single kill working out here for Envy. It has been the Mythic show. And, well, what are they going to try to do here, I guess? Mid-play? I mean, it does make a lot of sense because I think Envy realized that Mythic have put a bit more on the defensive side towards long. Kind of looks like Envy has got to be pushing on the B side. There's a good thing for them that there's only Lonesome Pollen here on this B side. Pollen has to land up the shot and he cannot. Does this mean that Envy can now plant the bomb here and still have themselves a pretty good chance here? JDM is going to come out on top. Going to win the fight against Anger. So this is still a somewhat doable scenario right now for Envy to actually win this scenario. It's the 3-on-3, and most importantly, it's a retake on the B side, which should be pretty good here for Envy to try to hold this one down. They still have, yeah, look at this. They even still have some of the utility remaining. They deploy it on the window and the doors, and I'm not sure if Mythic really want to try to commit to this one. It's going to be a very hard retake, but it looks like they do. There's very little time to work it here for Mythic. They're still trying to go for it, but I think, yeah, this is the right time where you have to just try and say, like, cut your losses if you're Mythic and just try to save the guns here, which they should be able to succeed, and they're going to be able to keep them into the next round. Ooh, okay. Looks like we're going to be seeing a pause coming in. I wonder what nature of pause is it? Is it actually a tactical one or a technical issue? If it is a tactical one, I mean, that is pretty smart. I'm not sure which team would actually take it. I'd say it would be good for both teams in this scenario. But, I guess we're not really going to know the nature of this pause. Either way, I mean, I have to give credit where credit's due, and Envy have been looking much better right now these past couple rounds. They've been able to find a lot more success with their aggressive plays. They may not have always worked out for them, that's for certain, but it's still pretty good. Well, saying it's pretty good, it is better than what they showed us on the CG side, because they were struggling on the CG side. Maybe if they would have got themselves a better start, maybe they could have a better half there in the first one than on the CG side, but for now, the T side's not looking too shabby. I can see that Mythic are going to be able to reply with another investment here, as it is looking as solid as the previous one. And Envy, they do have quite a lot of players in the tunnels area. I'm not really sure if they're going to commit to this bomb site just yet. But if anything, you gotta be very careful in this B hit. Because if the remaining players are still gonna be having their smoke grenades there, there's actually, whoa, didn't even notice it, but Poi was already here on the B side. What's going on here? Naflam not doing a very good job here, looking towards middle, and they gotta be able to enter the site here. Envy right now, they got themselves a golden opportunity to yet again win a round. I'm not really sure how they were able to sneak past through the mid defensive and make this B hit possible, but it did work out here for Envy. It looks like Mythic, it's the only thing they can do at this point. It is to try and save their guns. And just wonder how on earth did Envy were able to win that round. What's this? Cutler, is he gonna try to win the fight? I mean, he's got to be very careful about this approach here, but it does look like he's gonna be able to have his teammates alongside him, so it's actually very important if Envy could take away these rifles from the Mythic guys, and it's looking pretty good right now for Envy to actually succeed in that regard, as they are going to be able to win a couple of these fights. There's now Hayes, last man standing, and even he goes down. So this is actually a very good round for Envy, as they have been able to force the Mythic guys to drop every single player, every single gun they owned. And it means that we're going to have to see an eco here from Mythic. It just has to be an eco at this point. Surely if they're able to keep all three rifles there, somebody tells me that Mythic might just be interested in making another force by there, but here, it's just gonna have to be an eco. A great opportunity for Envy to secure one more round here on the terrorist side, and slowly but surely, the round difference between the two teams is diminishing. And of course, the amount of rounds you have to win in order to secure a victory on the first map is also getting lower and lower. Flamdo does win the fight against Drone, so that is now a Mythic AK that has been picked up. It looks like, I mean, yeah, Envy pretty much making the optimal play right now. They know there has been quite an interesting push here towards the tunnels area. Anger still somehow surviving in that position for as long as possible. Adren should be, will be, but cannot get the kill on Poyo. So it looks like it will be a pretty good round here for Envy. Unless Flom could actually still get some more 1-deeks here. Actually been able to get a second kill there. Didn't really see where that happened. But yes, this seems to be a round for Mythic. Oh, pardon me. Whew, for Envy. Sorry about that, folks. The Envy guys are looking to be in a pretty good position right now. I mean, they can be very satisfied that the T side is looking a bit better than the CT side, and actually, not really sure what Hayes ends up trying to take those fights at the very latter stages there. I mean, the whole point, if you're trying to save the gun there, you just want to try to save it for Pete's sake. There's really no need to be taking those fights there. And well, he does end up dropping the AK, but at the very least, the Mythic players can still invest in this one. They have actually a pretty decent amount of utility. In fact, they have a very solid investment here. They also have a sniper rifle that's going to be in the hands of Flom. Something we haven't been able to see too often here on the CT side. Poyo is very quick to actually make this push happen on towards long. The Mythic guys is going to have to back away. Look at the speed that Poyo is moving in. Here's one kill for him. He can definitely try to contest the guy who was, I think, anchored that position. And this is, again, a great opportunity for Envy. Deploying the cross smoke grenades has actually just made their way onto the bomb site, plant the bomb, and have themselves a good post-plant position. As the Mythic guys can have themselves a very difficult time here. There's a Cutler finding in one. It's still looking like a very good round here for Envy. They're going to be able to plant the bomb, and I think the bomb is also going to be planted for long. So at this point, this seems to be a very much round that Envy have to win and probably will. And would you look at that? I think Mythic are now going to try to, yet again, try to save their weapons here. This has been pretty much the entirety of the second half, how it's been going on. Mythic just saving their weapons. Drone, though, is definitely going to try to deny at least one of the guys from saving. And in itself, I mean, it is a good thing. Say, if Mythic end up surviving with 3 players yet again, I'm almost certain we could see an investment go through. But here, with 2 players surviving, now they're going to have to think about it. Do they really want to try to make an investment here? Oh, okay, looks like a pause now being taken here. I would presume by the Mythic guys, as at one point they were very close to actually winning this first map. But now things have gone pretty south for them. There has been, what, Envy winning, let's do some counting. Is that 6? Yeah, that's in fact 6 round being won here by the Envy side. They have been looking superb right now on the Terror side, and it looks like that Mythic haven't been able to stop them so far. And this is, of course, the 14-14 scenario in which this next couple of rounds is going to be of oh so great importance, because pretty much you end up winning 2 rounds in a row here and you've got yourself the victory here on map 1. It would be obviously a shame if Envy going to be able to falter here, as that would mean the comeback has been pretty much worthless throughout the entirety of this first map. And the second half in particular, though, Anger has no idea about that push from Nifty. That is some crucial kills being picked up by the man himself. And right now, Envy, on the back of those free kills, can now just try to hit this B bomb site. Pollen is going to have such a difficult time defending it. And Envy right now looks like they're going to be... Oh, Adren? Can you not see? Well, he finally does see him, but it's a tad bit too late. This is the last man standing here. Don't think he's going to be winning this fight, as this is looking like another round here for Envy. The 5th win on the board. And Mythic, that's such a horrible way to be losing a round. It looked like they even had a pretty good setup there in middle. It's just that they had no idea how fast Nifty was on that push down mid. That is ridiculous. Oh. Alright, there we go. A couple auto snipers being purchased. And they're going to be wrecking some havoc here in middle. Not a single point of damage inflicted, though. That's a bit of a shame. And JDM right now seeing a couple of players coming his way. Oddly enough, they don't even try to reconsider to try and kill him, but they do deploy the grenades here. So Envy do end up getting the initial kill here, thanks to JDM's op. But I still wonder how this matchup is going to turn out here. This is such a crucial round for Mythic to win, and of course same can be said for Envy. If Envy end up winning this one, this would mean that the Envy side are going to win their very first map pick, which is dust2. If Mythic are going to win this one, well, then obviously we are going to be heading over to a set of overtime. And right about now, yeah, it looks like Envy going to gather up their players. They're going to be moving towards this A bomb site. Nifty is doing a very good job at making sure none of the Mythic guys are going to be making a rotate through short anytime soon, as he's been able to block them off. But JDM, though, was he actually trying to go for the jump shot there? Not really sure how he was able to cut off there. But here, Does look like maybe they're gonna have the majority of their players coming in for CT. They're still finding some crucial kills, and would you look at that? It's all to the hands of Nifty to try to win this clutch. He should get the first kill, but the bomb's not even planned for him. Oh no, Flom. He could just very easily stick it. Of course, Nifty's got the Glock out. Can he actually land the shot? No, Nifty, he cannot. He finally does. That's insane. Nifty, how is he able to get that kill? That was so anticlimactic, and yet the Glock burst is way too strong. And that will be the round here for Envy. Well done there by Nifty in the end, but that was just a ridiculous round. Well, guys, that was it for our very first map here. Hope you get to stick on through.